So today's lesson is on the FOIL method of multiplication here with polynomials. So we're going to be focused on the FOIL method. Now FOIL is an acronym, as you'll see right here, for first, outer, inner, and last. So what does that mean? When we look here at this first example, we have 3x minus y in parentheses being multiplied by x minus 5y in parentheses. Of course, these two problems are in parentheses, so parentheses right next to parentheses means multiplication. So if I practice the FOIL method, the F is for first. And so what that means is I'm going to take the first two numbers in each term, 3x times x. 3x is first here, x is first here. When I take 3x times x, I end up with 3x to the power of 2. Then I do the two outer numbers. O is for outer, which is going to be 3x and 5y, the two numbers on the outside, 3x and negative 5y. A 3x multiplied by a negative 5y will give us a negative 15xy. Then I go to inner, which are the two numbers on the inside. In this situation, it's negative y and x. So when I take a negative y times x, I end up with negative x, y. Then the L is for last, the two last numbers in each, negative y times a negative 5y. And since that's a 1 with no number in front of the variable, we know that's 1. So that's like a negative 1 times a negative 5, which is going to be plus 5y to the power of 2. Now I look at my longer problem here. I see if that can be simplified at all. I see that negative 15xy and negative xy are like terms. So I can combine those. So when I combine a negative 15 and a negative 1, I actually get negative 16xy. I want to make sure everything is in alphabetical and descending order. So I'm going to start with 3x to the power of 2 minus 16xy plus 5y to the power of 2. And that is simplified. And that is how you do the FOIL method. Let's look at one more example just to make sure we're comfortable. And we have this one here. We're going to go ahead and make that a plus. 3x plus 4y being multiplied by x squared minus 2y. So if I go to the FOIL method, F is for first. 3x times x to the power of 2 gives me 3x to the power of 3. Remember, when you multiply exponents that have the same base number, you can simply add them. And there's a 1 there. There's a 2 there. 1 plus 2 is 3. I go to outer. 3x times a negative 2y gives me a negative 6. Because 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. Then my x and my y simply just become part of my answer. I then go to inner, which is going to be 4y times x squared, which is going to give me a positive 4x squared y. Always want to put things in alphabetical and descending order. Then I go to last, which is a plus 4y times a negative 2y, which is going to give me negative 8y squared. Positive 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. Y to the power of 1. Y to the power of 1 gives me y to the power of 2. I want to look. I do not have any like terms, so there's nothing that can be combined. But when I think about putting things in alphabetical and descending order, I'm thinking I want to go 3x to the power of 3. And since this here has a 2 and this x does not, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to switch those two around. 4x squared y minus 6xy minus 8y squared. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the FOIL method. Have a good time.